The 23rd Psalm, a Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd. Despite my stubbornness, I am like a sheep in need. I am wrong when, like the 2-year-old, or perhaps the teen, I say, I can do it myself. For in reality, I need God. I shall not want. Sadly, many of our wants are different from our needs. However, God has promised to provide. He provides for our needs. And when warranted, and sometimes when not, He also provides for some of our wants. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Perhaps you need to be a sheep to appreciate green pastures. What would be green grass in your world? He leads me beside still waters. Sheep don't like moving waters. It makes them nervous. God provides for them and for us peace and calmness if we're willing to accept it and accept His will. Still waters, as we said, speak of peace. He restores my soul. We go, go, go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. It's no wonderful that we wind up at the end of the day feeling depleted. Matter of fact, some of us are so depleted we don't sleep well at night, and we're depleted when we wake up the next day. God is the one who restores us within the deepest roots of our life. That's special. He leads me in the path of righteousness. Oddly enough, we don't like righteousness. We'd rather do it our way and push the boundaries over towards sin, over toward being rebellious. God doesn't appreciate that. Righteousness by some is considered to be boring, to be dull. But it isn't in God's world. And that's where we need to see ourselves, in His world. For this world that we're living in is for a short duration. And then we're going to have to deal in God's world. We're here to prepare for that day. For His name's sake, the name of God is powerful. There are many different names. And under all the heavens, the one by which we are saved is the name of Jesus. Even though I walk through the valley. Hold it a moment. What valley? Isn't God a God of mountain peaks? Through the shadow of the valley of death, each of us will die. Mortality rates right now are running at 100%. It's not a question. We will die. Well, sort of die. We are not our body. When my body is worn out, it dies and we return to the ground. We are a living soul, and we have been since the beginning of the world. I am a living soul. I am not my body. In the beginning, God breathed into the first man His own breath. And this is what made man a living soul, above all the rest of creation, as the psalmist says, a little bit lower than the angels. When we die, we go and face God, and we give an account of our lives. Many of us are in worse shape than the kid who broke Grandma's cookie jar and then had to face his mother. Don't be like that. Our lives need to be better lived. Even though I walk through the shadow of death, we find that our body goes back to the ground. It reverts back to dust. From dust you came, from dust you will return. It speaks of the body. But isn't just the valley of death's shadow? It's not just the death shadow. It's any valley. The valley of grief, of loneliness, of depression. All the different valleys. God is here with us. And he's reaching out to us, saying, "Here, my child, come and take my hand." And he holds our hand and our heart in his. "I will fear no evil." It was Franklin Roosevelt who said, "There's nothing to fear but fear itself. With God, we do not need to fear." Why? For you are with me. God not only holds our hand in life's valleys, he holds our hearts as well. He takes care of us. Your rod. The rod was a sturdy wooden stick used as a weapon to fight against wild animals who might have hoped to make an easy meal out of the otherwise defenseless flock of sheep. God's rod protects us. And your staff. The staff is a symbol of the Lord's guidance and loving kindness. And he wants us to guide us through not only the valley of the shadow of death and the other valleys we face, but all of life, through the valleys and over the mountaintops. These things, they comfort me. Where the shepherd is with his rod and staff, his presence, the sheep don't need to be afraid. They do not need to fear, and neither do we. You prepare a table before me. The psalmist is saying that the danger of death is now past. David refers to the thought of tranquil, happy, joyous time, which God vouchsafes to grant him, and he gives us the very same. In the presence of my enemies, our enemies have to look on with ill-concealed annoyance at prosperity to see that God has amply provided for our table. You anoint my head with oil. The unguents, these are healing ointments, and perfumes were a regular accompaniment at an oriental banquet. My cup overflows, not simply filled to the brim, but over the top of the cup. Our blessings are so many, no cup can contain them. Surely goodness and mercy, these are things of God, will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Thus ends the reading of Psalm 23. Take time each day to read this psalm, reflect on it, and the different little parts, and see where they apply to your life. Do you need or want things? Probably you do. Contact me. We'll have an answer, or at least a suggestion for you. If nothing else, a listening ear. Ask me, wecan1836@gmail.com, or you can give me a call, 253-260-5418. I'm looking to hear from you. Thank you for listening again. Please direct comments to wecan1836@gmail.com, or go to the website, myrigs.com. Please like and subscribe. Again, thank you. May God bless you and yours. And may God bless the United States of America.